Haji, because the government has other security agencies, for example, the DCI and other government agencies. Why specifically the Director General of the National Intelligence Service? Might the President have known? Well, let me say this. I am the one who mentioned that it is the NIS. The NIS, because I had done a lot of investigations. A lot of investigations. And remember, even in that statement, I have said that one of the other people whom I've spoken to was Professor Kindiki, who was a CS Interior. And twice on that Sunday, he called and he told me that he had spoken to Nuruddin Haji, who had denied that they were holding my son. But I had information from some other person within the National Intelligence Service that indeed they are the ones who are holding my son. And that's why I did not beat about the bush. Yes. And let me say, I'm happy that I did not beat about the bush, because when I told the President, he called Nuruddin, and indeed Nuruddin replied that indeed they are the ones who are holding him. Now, I put myself in the shoes of those many parents. You remember the old man who was crying in the court? You could see the pain. We'll talk about the people. Yes. Given the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, a taxpayer-funded had given numbers. And the proximity you talked about with the President was so close at the time outside the pavilion. What exactly did the head of state tell the Director General of the National Intelligence Service? Exactly as I've stated put in my statement. You're the one holding the son of JB. In fact, he said JB Muturi, and we didn't. I couldn't hear. Was it in form of a question? Are you holding or you are holding? Actually, it was like you are holding the son of Justin Muturi, JB Muturi. That's what he said. He said yes, and he told him within earshot that Your Excellency, you'll be home in the next 1 hour. So the President was had a know-how, had knowledge that the National Intelligence Service, given the question he posed, was involved in the abduction of Kenyans. I told him that I had information, almost definite, very, very certain information from he's a junior officer from the NIS, who actually told me, please, don't beat about the bush. Because if you read through my statement, you'll see that the previous evening, I had called the then IG, Kome, twice, and he was telling me, no, we don't have any police operation. He was telling me that he thought it was those were criminals who had hijacked my son. But of course I said, no. We talked to very many people. I tried to call DCI, Mohammed Amin, but unfortunately, his phone was not going through. It would ring and it would not be answered. I suspected maybe Mr. Amin might be out of the country or something like that. Much later that same night, I was given the number of his deputy, James Onyango. If you read my statement, it has all that information. So by the time now in the morning, and even within the night, that's why I called people like Kiprotich, Said Kiprotich Mohammed of ATPU, because there is information that was coming through. But I was calling him to ask him, because the vehicle which was involved in that thing, as shown in the CCTV footage, and thank you to this station, because I got the footage from this station, showed the kind of vehicle. And everybody else that I was talking to was telling me those are the vehicles used by the ATPU. This Prando hard body. And from where it came, the CCTV footage showed it was coming from, near this, there's a place, I think, around here called Alfajiri. Yes, just across the road. Across the road. So everybody who I showed the photographs, no, don't worry, but we know those must be. That's how I got to start looking for Kiprotich. But when I finally spoke to him in the morning on Sunday, he also denied. notwithstanding the information I had from several sources. Yes. But let me tell you this, Ayub. As a trained lawyer, I could not put hearsay in my statement. I could not put hearsay, what was being told by other people, because I cannot prove those kind of things. So that's why in my statement, I put in only facts which would constitute evidence in a court of law.
Let's come back to